I don't know. Something's gonna be in the way in here. This gets you like where there's nothing around that can get in the way. Maybe like right here? Maybe like right here? Okay, let's see it. So this new killer is called the Artist. Let's give her a quick spin. Looks like she has some wings here. You can see her arms. Now, if you're wondering what the black stuff is, it's ink, since she's an artist. And she's like, I don't know, it's like she's a crow. She has like crow powers, but she's also a human. So it's kind of like, she makes crow noises. She moves like a crow. It's very interesting. So let's take a look at her three perks right quick. So her teachable perks are Grim Embrace, Hex Pentimento, and Scourge Hook Pain Resonance. So let's go over them real quick. So Grim Embrace, each time a survivor is hooked for the first time, you gain a token. Upon reaching 4 tokens, Grim Embrace activates. The entity blocks all generators for 25 seconds. The Obsession's aura is revealed to you for 4 seconds. Now this is just tier 2s that I have right now, so you know, it'll get better as tier 3. So Hex Pentimento, you reveal the true power of the totems hidden within their remains. You see this aura of destroyed totems. You can perform a ritual on destroyed totem to resurrect it as Rekindled Totem. The more rekindled totems that exist, the greater their effects. So basically, you can rebuild a broken totem. So if you have like Devour or Ruin, it gets broken, you can actually rebuild that totem and it'll come back. But once it's broken again, after that, it's gone, as far as I know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But you guys told me about it earlier. So yeah, and Rekindle does a lot of things. So the more totems you rebuild, the stacks. So you can get 25 reduced repair speed or healing, recovery, the exit gate. So it does a lot of different things in this perk. It's pretty insane. Okay, so and then for Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, bringing in another Scourge Hook. Overwhelming pain reverberates outwards into chaos. At the start of the trial, up to 4 random hooks are changed into Scourge Hooks. You see their R's in white. Anytime a survivor is hooked on a Scourge Hook, the generator with the most progress explodes, instantly losing 15%. Now for tier 3, this is 15%. So that's why I'm saying 15. But yeah, for tier 2, it's 12%. So instantly losing 12% progress and will start to regress. Survivors repairing the generator will scream, revealing their location. I guess I should say up to 15% can be lost. I'm assuming that tier 1 is probably like 10%. Or like probably 9 though. Maybe like 9 or 10. So yeah, that's pretty much it for her 3 teachables. And other than that, let's get in. Let's go ahead and show some gameplay from the new killer. This will be from our stream today. We got the new map. Let's go. Okay, let's get juiced by these streamers real quick. Some of these sounds sound like healing. That's good. That's the one thing that kind of worries me. I'm gonna think someone's healing. There's like scratching noises. Sounds just like someone using a med kit or self-care or something. Oh, they're probably on this side over here. Nice. Everyone's here. Literally everyone's here. Oh, she got stuck. That bird went really far. Oh yeah. Looks insane. Oh yeah. I'm slapping everybody. Let's put this here so if he runs so he gets hit. We got the hit. We got the hit. So we put the crow there on the pallet and then chase him around so he would run into it. Either way, he gets hit there. Did he drop down? He did. He takes that. Oh, he can't take that door. That's right. Yeah. Oh, I swung too early. She dead hearted. Oh no. Hi. What are you clicking at? Oh, she left. I was too slow. I keep forgetting you have to press the summon button. So I let go and then the bird doesn't spawn. It's kind of strange. I try to see. Did I hit her? Oh, I thought I did. Oh, someone's over by this shin. So we get information at this gen because we hit the gen there. So we know they're on this gen now. That's pretty dope. A lot of information from sending her crows out, even if you don't get the damage. We know this guy's here. Let's send it to here, see if someone's on that gen. Someone's on this gen. Oh my god, that's so good. Now she's trying to get him off. We're not gonna worry about popping it. We're not trying to do all that crazy sweating shit. We're just chasing. Someone's here? We know that now? Hi. Okay, now if she goes in here, we can hit her. Oh, it went away. We're gonna set it right here by Shaq. We're gonna put it right next to Shaq. Right here, watch this. So if she goes to the pallet, we can hit her. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Now. Oh, man. We missed. I don't think it was in the range anyway, though. She might not have been in the range of it. Let's put it by the windows. Okay, so if she's taking the window there, we send the bird out and we hit her. So either way, she dies here. So she can essentially shut down a window and a pallet at the exact same time. You can force the survivor into using the pallet or taking the window, which I can hit her then. Or if she doesn't make it to the pallet, we hit her anyway. So you can do some pretty cool setups with the crows. Let's put one right here and see if anyone's on this shin. So we launch it. If we get a swarm, we'll know. Okay, no. Let's try this shin. Let's see. See if anyone's on this shin. Someone's on this gen. Okay. Oh my god. You get instant information. Instant information. Let's put him right here. This must be a pallet here. Let's see if he stays here. We get a hit? No. No hit here. Oh, did we get a hit? Did we damage him? Or was he already... Let's see. Hold on. Let's put it here. So watch this. Go. Go. Go around. Down. So we could literally herd him like fucking sheep into the crow and knock him. This killer is amazing. Holy crap. My spies from the shadows is going off too. So more crow action. Got the crow on her. We didn't get any hits though. So we put one here. We shut down this loop. She's gonna run away from it. She's smart. We get a hit here. Here we go. We're just gonna send this out. Anyway. Okay, just in case. Someone's sitting at this window right here. I can see them. Okay, spies is going off. We got crows galore here. We got spies going off. We got my crows going off. Too high there. Pretty sure she... Oh, it's still here. Let's put this at the loop so she can't take it back. Can you burn the crows? Can you actually? I think you can. I just got juiced. That's really cool though. I like that. We can see exactly where they are because of the crows. It's not dropping down. Oh, I was hoping you would go through that doorway so we get a free hit. Did we get a hit? No. We got him now. He hit you with a heat. Yeah, he juiced me. Oh man, the pickup. Come here. Watch this. Hold on. We didn't hit him. Oh man. Oh, I hit Claudette behind me with one of the crows. I actually got a hit on her. Let's go. That's pretty sick. She camps that pallet, just in case. Imagine getting a hit on someone you're not even looking at. That'd be sick. She's actually really fun. Let's put one by this window. See if she takes it. Oh, she didn't take it. I'm just trying to get cool hits with my power, honestly. Let's see. She gonna stay here? Nah, she didn't stay here. Okay. Very cool. Memento. You mean a MORI? I don't have a MORI on right now. Let's see if someone's at the door. We can use a bird to see if someone's at the door. Nope, no one's at that door. Where'd she go? Someone's on the door. That's really good information. I'm stuck. No! I got stuck. Alright, Claudette. Let me see if I can knock you out with my crow. Hold on. Alright, let me see if I can knock you out with my crow too. You ready? Oh, hey! See you later, Claudette. I'm gonna send you on your way. Whoa, it went by itself. Alright. So if it spawns right on her, it instantly hits her. That's pretty cool to see. Alright, see you later, Claudette. GG's. Alright. That was fun. She is really fun killer. Okay, I might actually be playing her a lot when she comes out. That was really fun. It's really fun trying to set up the loops with the crow and try to get some hits and try to get survivors to run into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and read the artist's power. So her power is called Birds of Torment. From a wellspring of eternal agony comes a swarm of darkness, a wild and ferocious murder of ink black crows. Press and hold the power button to charge Birds of Torment. Once fully charged, tap the attack button to summon a dire crow. You can repeat the action quickly by continuously holding down the power button and tapping the attack button again. When at least one dire crow is summoned, it stays idle for a limited time. Spawning a new dire crow will extend the time the previous spawned crow stays idle. Tap the ability button to propel the dire crows into flight. Dire crows can inflict damage for a short distance when flying. This is indicated to the killer by the dire crow's flight path. Once a dire crow continues past the flight path, it will no longer inflict damage but can now pass through any obstacles and reveal nearby survivors using killer instinct. In this phase, dire crows will create a swarm around survivors to hit, allowing the killer to see the swarms are on the survivor. The survivor can repel the swarm by completing the repel action or entering a locker. During this time, the swarm's aura is not shown to the killer. A survivor being swarmed will receive damage if hit by a second dire crow. Now, if you're a little confused, you'll see exactly how all this stuff works when we show the killer gameplay. Alright, but let's go ahead and get into the backstory for the artist. So her name is Carmina. Here's her backstory. Carmina Mora was a gifted artist who carried the guilt of her young brother's death. Growing up a rugged coastal village in southern Chile, she sketched the sublime landscapes of Patagonia. I think that's right, Patagonia. Sitting outside, she painted dramatic, I don't know that word, fjords, while feeding the crows nested in the tree next to the house. She grew up carrying the guilt of her mother's sudden departure. Her father blamed Carmina for her mother's abandonment, which added to her grief. She became the caretaker of Matthias, her little brother, despite still being a child herself. That's rough. Let's scroll down. Okay. A year later, Carmina was painting with Matthias outside while the telephone rang. Her father remained in the yard, drinking his beer. Carmina rushed to the house to answer the phone and hung up a few seconds later. When she returned outside, Matthias was nowhere to be seen. She asked her father, but he had paid no attention to Matthias. She called her brother's name, looking for him everywhere. While searching, she saw a bright red coat floating on the narrow creek by the house, Matthias' jacket. She jumped into the creek and found him floating on the surface with vacant eyes, unblinking. He had fallen and drowned. Oh, man, that sucks, man. So she's already been blamed for her, her father already hates her and blames her for her mother abandoning him, and then this happens. Why do the killers always have the saddest stories, man? Her scream tore the sky. Her father found Carmina sobbing on the creek shore, clutching her brother's body in arms, surrounded by a murder of crows. Her father snatched Matthias' body away from her, and she cried until her voice broke. The following morning, the world was cloaked in darkness. Her father did not say a word, because he did not have to. Carmina knew it was all her fault. Months passed, yet her loss was as fresh as morning dew. Crippled with self-loathing, she could no longer paint. Without Matthias, life had no meaning. Scroll down a little bit. On the bleak morning of Matthias' birthday, Carmina walked to a narrow bridge several blocks away from home. She was convinced that nothing could bring her relief. Her mother was gone, her brother was dead, and her father blamed her for all of it. She was convinced that she had nothing to live for. Scroll down. Carmina walked to the railing of the bridge that stood over the turbulent river. Locals had nicknamed the spot Death Leap. Several cars drove by Carmina, but none stopped. No one seemed to care. She climbed over the railing, and her legs wobbled as she stood on the lip of the bridge. She looked down, watching the fierce river smash into a giant boulder. She closed her eyes. See you soon, Matthias. Suddenly, whoa, what does this word? Cacophony? Cacophony, I think that's right. Cacophony of chaos filled the sky. Carmina opened her eyes and saw a black cloud of feathers flying toward her. The cloud split open, and glossy black crows dove from the sky. One landed on her shoulder and stared intently into Carmina's eyes, as if peering into her soul. Her grip on the railing loosened, and the crow called raucously. Raucously? Carmina stared at the crow, confused. Let's scroll down. Man, they're giving me some hard words today. What is this? Another crow landed on the railing, then another. Soon a flock of crows were covering the railing of the bridge, staying close to her. She felt their heavy stare on her, calculative and enigmatic, as if they were assessing her. She looked down for a second, and thunder of chaos interrupted the dark impulse. The crows seemed to care about her well-being. As she dangled over the edge with the wind blowing through her raven hair, Carmina felt akin to them. For the first time since Matthias had died, Carmina did not feel alone. That's pretty dope. The crows pretty much saved her life. She returned home, giving life another chance. The crows left, but Carmina suspected that if anything happened to her, they would return. Inspired by her ordeal, Carmina picked up a brush. In the weeks that followed, she painted her experience using black ink to depict the death leap with a black cloud of feathers, the murder of crows that saved her life. The experience was transformative and launched her signature black ink surrealist art. Sick. Okay, let's scroll down. After several years, some color pierced her darkness, and the shift of medium expanded her art form. To paint large-scale murals of busy street corners, design grandiose costumes, and recited militant poetry, Carmina's art displayed local, intimate tragedies on a large scale, making them impossible to ignore, and everywhere she performed, crows followed. Her performances grew bold and drew the attention of artists who found her style invigorating. She grew close to a group of painters who understood her, okay, another word, iconoclastic vision? Iconoclastic vision? I think iconoclastic is the right word here. Her performances launched a large-scale surrealist movement which became a phenomenon. Her renown grew enough to attract the commission of a multinational enterprise, the VAC label. Carmina investigated the group, discovering that they gifted art pieces to select disreputable congressmen. VAC's commissioned artists seemed to disappear afterward. Determined to expose the group's link to corrupt politics, Carmina accepted VAC's commission. The following week, Carmina painted a giant mural on a cemetery's columbarium. Displayed the VAC label logo as a surrealist grim reaper harvesting the fields of Chilean families. She wore a theatrical dress as she painted, on which she had stitched a poem about political revolution. Tough words, tough words. I'm just stupid. Anyway, the piece sparked a radical debate about corruption. The controversy painted a target on Carmina's back. After receiving anonymous death threats, she took refuge in her father's house, bringing along her closest friends for safety. That night, a gang of masked gunmen broke into the house. They swiftly subdued Carmina and her friends, threw them in a van, and drove off. Jeez. Let me see. Let me scroll down. The following morning, a dry breeze blew sand on Carmina's face, awakening her. She was seated in a chair in the middle of the desert, her legs tied and her hands handcuffed. Her friends were laying on the ground, tied up. A shadow fell over her face. Carmina looked up. A man dressed in a long robe with his face hidden in a dark hood approached her. He pulled a silvery knife from his robe. He grabbed her hands and recited a hymn in an unfamiliar language. Carmina held his gaze. He paused and brought down his blade with a sudden blow. She cried in agony as her friends woke to a terrible sight. Carmina's severed hands falling in the sand. Jesus. The hooded man smiled in satisfaction. How are you going to paint now? Carmina cursed and screamed at him, wriggling against her bond, so this explains how she lost her hands. The man grabbed Carmina's chin, She spit in his face. He grunted and pried her mouth open, pulling out her tongue. Carmina struggled against her handcuffs, and a violent blow. He chopped off Carmina's tongue. Oh my god. So this probably explains why the ink comes out of her mouth and how it comes from her arms. She howled in anguish. The man wiped his blade on his robe. Wiped his blade on his robe, leaving a trail of blood. How are you going to recite poems now? Let's see, let's scroll down a little bit more. Okay. Sorrow swelled in Carmina's chest, sharper than pain. Overwhelmed by uncontrollable rage, grief, and loss overcame her senses. She had lost her little brother, and she had lost the only way to cope with such pain. Carmina screamed like on the day her brother died. Raucous calls echoed through the wasteland. The sky was obscured by a cyclone of dark clouds. Black feathers fell on Carmina's bleeding arm. She looked up and saw a torrent of crows erupting from the clouds, diving on the hooded man. As the ravenous crows pecked at his flesh mercilessly, Carmina smiled, watching her surrealist art coming to life. But her heart lurked with rage when she saw the crows. I think that's lurched. Yeah, lurched. Her heart lurched with rage when she saw the crows move on to the next target. Her friends on the ground. She screamed as waves of pain, guilt, and fright overwhelmed her. But it was in vain. The ravenous crows were uncontrollable. Oh, they killed her friends too. That sucks. Darkness fell over her eyes as her friends' agonizing screams grew more acute. Death was coming, and again it was her fault. A deep black fog engulfed her. That was a really sick story. Man, that was grim. That was a good story. Hope you guys liked that one. That one was really good.